Hi, I'm Heather from Going Batty, and today I am going to show you how to make a really quick, simple, and easy meal using Thrive Life. So the dinner that I'm going to make tonight is just going to be chicken noodle soup. I have one of my kids is not feeling well. We've had this cold going around our house, and he's feeling a little puny today. And one of the things that he asked me for was chicken noodle soup because he really likes that when he's not feeling well. So I'm going to show you how to just throw this together. I'm going to do this in my crock pot because I have to take him out. We're going to go get him some cold medicine, and I need to do a little bit of grocery shopping. I'm not going to keep him out real long because, like I said, he's just not feeling super great today. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this chopped chicken. I can show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like in the can. And I'm just going to throw a couple handfuls in it. Now, for like chicken noodle soup, I actually prefer the chopped chicken better than the sliced chicken. I feel like it goes further. So I'm doing about 4 handfuls, which is probably about 2 cups. So the next thing I'm going to add is the celery, and that's what it looks like. We're actually almost out, so I'm just going to add the rest of this. This is probably about, I don't know, like maybe about 1.5 cups of celery in there. Then we're going to go with the carrots, and we're going to put about a handful and maybe about a half of carrots in there. All right, next go in the chopped onions, and we're going to do, this is actually one of my favorite products that Thrive does because I don't have to chop onions and there's no tears and mascara everywhere. So I'm going to put about 2 handfuls of that in there. The next thing that we're going to add in is our water, and your amount of water will depend on how much of the chicken bouillon that you put in. Now, I'm doing this all in my crock pot, so my crock pot holds about, I think about 12 to 16 cups of water. So we're going to start with 8 here. Yeah, and it's about half full right now, so I'm going to get another 8 cups of water to put in here. All right, so we're going to add the chicken bouillon next in it. I'm out of my homemade chicken stock, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. But we're going to do about 5 tablespoons of it. And as it cooks, you'll want to taste it. And if you need more in this, you can actually add more to it. So that was 3, 4, 5. So if it needs a little more, like if it doesn't have enough chicken brothy taste to it, you can add a little more to it. I'm going to put some poultry seasoning in this just to give it a little bit of that, you know, sagey, thymy, rosemary-y taste. Just a little bit of it. So it kind of has that little bit of like a roasted chicken taste to it, but not a whole lot. I will salt this after it's done cooking. Because the chicken bouillon does have salt in it, so I don't want it too salty. But I'm also going to add some pepper to it as well, just a little bit of it. But that's it. I'm going to turn my crock pot onto high and just let this go. And it will be ready in about 4 hours. All right, so I'm going to finish my grocery shopping list, and then we're going to go out, and then in 4 hours we'll come back and we'll give this a check and see how it's doing. All right, so this is pretty much done, and what I am going to do is I'm actually going to put some of the creamy white sauce in here, and this will help thicken it up so it'll be more like a creamy chicken noodle soup, which Jack kind of likes better. So we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of this in here to start thickening it up. And then just let it cook a little more. And then we'll add our noodles to it and let those cook in there too. We're going to do about 3 of them. And then I can come back and check it, and if it's not thick enough, I can add a little bit more to it. But he really likes his chicken noodle soup with the kind of the creamy texture to it, so that's what we're going to do for him. All right, so we're going to let this cook a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll add the noodles to it. This has been simmering for a little while, and I'm gonna just stir it up again. And it has thickened up just a little bit, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add my noodles to this. And we got these little skinny German noodles from Aldi, so we're just gonna go ahead and put these in here and let them cook in with the chicken soup for the rest of the time. So we're gonna just add a couple of handfuls of these. And some of the starch from those noodles will help thicken it up too. There we go. And then now we're just going to stir that around and see if there's enough noodles in there right now. I don't want to put too many in because they'll suck up all the broth and there won't be any broth left. So that looks pretty good. We're just going to leave that and we're going to let it continue and just finish cooking. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, so our timer has gone off. So I think that this is done now. Yeah, that looks really good. The noodles are all soft. I believe these noodles are called Spatzel. Anyone who is German probably could tell me that, but Jack really likes them because they're super thin and it's just good in his soup. So I'm gonna put this in a bowl for him and I'll show you what it looks like. Get him some broth here. So this, if you can see it, is our Thrive chicken noodle soup. It was super easy to make. If you wanted to, you could actually do this on the stove if you didn't want to take as long as I did, like in the crock pot. But like I said, we had some errands to run and I needed to be out today and I didn't need a pot of something to babysit. So I just threw it in the crock pot and did it, and it worked out great. You could also, if you didn't have some of the ingredients on hand, say you didn't have the celery or the carrots or something like that, you can always substitute fresh with it. Most of my Thrive cooking that I do, I incorporate fresh and Thrive live food in it. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and more updates as we go. Bye.